Temperatures to drop off overnight on the eve of what likely will be our coldest day in years. Our team coverage starts right now at 10.
This is News 3 at 10.
Thank you for joining us tonight. It seems most of southern Wisconsin has been shut down as we prepare for some of the coldest weather ever recorded in the state.
Yeah, we're looking at wind chills nearing 60 below tomorrow. A live look downtown, the state capitol. That building will remain open to the public tomorrow, but most state offices will be closed with very few exceptions. Essential emergency responders, public health, and public safety employees will still be working. We check in right away with meteorologist Dana Fulton, our first alert forecast.
We haven't been this cold in a couple of decades, actually. We are expecting temperatures to just drop for us overnight. Heading into Wednesday and Thursday morning, it is going to be dangerously cold outside, and that's why we have the alert day in the forecast for the rest of tonight, all day Wednesday and all day Thursday. Lows by Wednesday morning will be anywhere from 20 to 30 degrees below zero, and of course the wind chill up to 60 degrees below zero possible for us. So we do have a wind chill warning right now for all of southern Wisconsin. We do not see those issued here very often. It goes until Thursday at noon. That's when we are actually going to finally see our temperatures climb just a little bit. Right now, if you step outside, we're close to 35 degrees below zero in Madison. Again, we're going to continue to drop overnight. Lone Rock at about 41 degrees below zero right now. Thankfully, our Doppler track is not bringing in any sort of snowfall, but with this clear sky that we're expecting overnight, that's only going to help our temperatures drop even more. And as we look at our temps over the next 12 hours, we will be starting the day in a very frigid spot, and that's just what our actual temperatures at. Again, it's going to feel much colder outside, but we'll take a closer look at those actual temps for Thursday and the warm up ahead for this weekend in just a few minutes.
Dana, thank you. Again, we have continuing team coverage of this potentially life-threatening cold snap.
We're keeping both Amy Reed and Keely Arthur inside tonight with a closer look at just how impactful this cold weather has been and will be. We start with Amy. She's in the news center tonight.
Today we wanted to look at how this cold is impacting businesses. Quite a few announced they're closing tomorrow, but not everyone is so lucky. There's nothing quite like a cup of joe on a day like today. It's a magic Café Domestique knows they have. So when temperatures reach negatives we haven't seen in decades, they're looking at the positive, opening their small shop to anyone that needs warmth.
Being in a coffee shop, bundled up and drinking a warm drink is always something pleasant in the winter to kind of stay warm.
Other staples of warmth are throwing in the towel. Both Easttown and Westtown malls are now shut down, not to open their doors until the wind chill warning expires Thursday at noon. About half the stores and some of the walkers inside weren't happy with the decision, but in the end, it's a matter of keeping more people home and out of the frigid air.
We think of the workers' here safety, we think of the conditions outside, and with it being so cold, unfortunately, we just had to make that call to make sure that the shoppers and the workers and everyone that may want to come is safe.
Thank you. Have you received it all?
No, it's okay.
All right, you have a good rest of the night.
Thank you too.
And speaking of safe, check out this dinner hero, braving the cold for diners in distress.
Earlier today, all the managers were talking to us if we wanted to stay open or not, so a lot of us decided we could brave it out and stay open.
Dunn said the money is usually good on days like this, where delivery is the best option for dinner. And for him, that trumps almost any temperature.
I personally don't want to be out in the cold, but I mean, it's nice to stay open for customers because everywhere is going to be closed, so it's also kind of a good business day for us too.
Ian's Pizza did finally give in to the cold. They decided late tonight that they would close at 10.
All right, Amy Reed in the news center tonight. Amy, thank you. The list goes on for closures for tomorrow. Some of the notables: all Madison Public Libraries, the Overture Center, all three branches of the Dane County YMCA, and the Ulbrich Botanical Gardens. For a full list, including schools, businesses, and activities, head to our website, channel3000.com.
The UW-Madison campus is officially closed tonight in an effort to keep students and staff inside. Classes are canceled until noon on Thursday. The university made the announcement just after 10 o'clock this morning. By that time, almost 12,000 students had signed a petition asking Chancellor Rebecca Blank to close the campus. Officials say they were aware of the petition, but the main reason for the decision is safety. The last time the campus closed for weather was in 2012. Madison crews are battling frigid temperatures as they work to repair broken water mains.
At least 5 of them broke today. The city anticipating even more in the days ahead. And Keely Arthur joins us in the studio with more. Keely?
That's right, Eric. As we are expecting even colder temperatures ahead, homeowners should brace for more water main issues.
When school's out, it's hard to peel the kids away from their tablets or games. Unless, of course, a water main breaks right outside their window.
Water just flew up and it looked like a weird type of chocolate milk.
When the water came out, the snow just turned brown.
Brody, Jason, and Mary Price had a front row seat watching Madison water utility crews make their repair on Sunfield Road.
Probably freezing their butt off.
When it gets really busy, they may be going back to back to back, working break after break.
And that's exactly what happened Tuesday. As of this evening, 5 water mains broke throughout Madison, each taking between 4 to 8 hours to repair. Madison Water Utility spokeswoman Amy Barrio says they were ready for it.
Whenever there's a big shift in temperature, like we had, we kind of brace for an uptick in water mains, and that's exactly what we saw today.
Barrio says when temperatures plummet, the underground frost line plummets too, putting pressure on the mains, leading to the breaks. But a major shift to warmer temperatures like we're expecting this weekend could cause the same issues.
We're bracing for the next really cold days right ahead, and then we're bracing for the warmer days. Both of those we expect will have an impact on our mains.
Brody, Jason, and Mary were without water for a while today, but made do. And while they weren't able to go outside to check on the crew,
Me would be an ice cube.
they do want to deliver a message here.
Thank you. Thank you.
And if you notice a drop in your water pressure or see water running an unfamiliar sight during this cold weather in your neighborhood, those are indicators of a water main break. Do not hesitate to contact Madison Water Utility.
Yeah, it is bound to happen with these temperatures. Keely Arthur reporting. Keely, thank you. The Department of Transportation warning drivers that along with the extreme cold, blowing snow and black ice will be impacting driving conditions. You know that for sure if you were out driving at night with the blowing snow. They say black ice tends to occur most commonly overnight and in early morning hours as pavement temperatures drop. But with the upcoming forecast, black ice will even be a daytime possibility as well.
The cold weather could also be dangerous for rivers. Ice can begin to clump and jam, blocking the water and creating floods. The DNR says ice jams are somewhat common during sub-zero temperatures, but are incredibly difficult to predict. The water levels of the Rock River in Janesville has already raised 3 feet.
I can't imagine sandbagging during a summer flood event, but being out today or this week sandbagging would be horrific.
The river levels have slightly started to decrease over the last couple of days, but Davis says it's still a good idea for anyone living along the river to be prepared for a flood and continue monitoring those water levels every day. If you use Pelletary waste systems, all trash and recycling collection for tomorrow and Thursday have been canceled. Anyone who normally receives trash pickup on those days will not have any pickup this week, but Pelletary says it will collect additional bags of trash next to carts next week on your normal pickup days.
Madison Mayor Paul Soglin says all non-essential city services will be shut down and closed to the public both tomorrow and Thursday. Madison Metro buses will be in service, but with some limitations, and city officials are already trying to get ready for what's to come when things warm up this weekend.
Storm sewer drains are possibly going to be clogged with ice and snow, so we're asking people to adopt a storm drain. Most folks know where there's storm drains on their blocks. Our crews will be out opening them as soon as the weather gets close to freezing.
They are very concerned about that. The mayor says there are close to 20,000 of those storm inlets throughout the city of Madison. Street crews will be working to clear them, but your help could help make a big difference there.
Apparently, it will also be too cold for ice. The ice castles in Lake Geneva will be temporarily closed tomorrow. They're planning to reopen Thursday in time for the city's annual Winterfest. For anyone who purchased tickets for tomorrow, they have been given a refund and have been given the opportunity to reschedule as well. And be sure to stay informed about the weather 24/7 by downloading our Channel 3000 First Alert Weather and Traffic app. It's always free, and you can find it right now in your app store. Still ahead tonight, the Midwest is not the only area being affected by this unusual weather.
And Dana will rejoin us once again with another check of your forecast for the temperatures and the wind chills bottom out tomorrow morning. Stay with us. Welcome back. Two Dane County Board supervisors have resigned their seats, accepting jobs in Governor Tony Evers' administration.
Supervisors Jenny Dye and Jeff Pirtle will now be serving as policy director for the governor and deputy secretary of the State Department of Children and Families. The Dane County Board will set the date for special elections to fill the seats after the spring election.
Roger Stone, a longtime informal advisor to President Trump, appeared in court today on charges of lying to Congress and witness tampering. His attorney entered a not guilty plea on his behalf. Stone is charged with 7 counts in all, including obstruction, lying to Congress, and witness tampering. Prosecutors say he lied about the contents of his discussions with the Trump campaign involving WikiLeaks and hacked material damaging to Hillary Clinton released during the 2016 campaign.
Authorities have examined all the call logs, photos, and videos stored on Jake Patterson's phone, the man accused of kidnapping Jamie Kloss. Search warrant documents filed today show authorities recently searched the phone, but they didn't release the nature of what was found. Other documents indicate detectives wanted to search his phone call for logs, text, and other messages and wanted to see where the phone was during the time Jamie was gone. Patterson is accused of killing Jamie's parents in October in order to abduct her. The only grocery store in the Allied Drive neighborhood is officially open. Luna's Groceries opened yesterday on Red Arrow Trail. The grocery store is the first in the neighborhood since 2009 when Cub Foods closed. Luna's features a deli and butcher shop along with a produce and freezer section. It also sells beer and wine.
Midwest is not the only area being hit with this unusual weather. Parts of Mississippi and Alabama had snow overnight. This was the first time that has happened this year. This video you're watching here is from Huntsville, Alabama. The snow didn't stick around long, though. Most of it was gone by early this morning. We want to mention a quick update on your Postal Service. The Postal Service says it will suspend delivery in the area tomorrow. That includes in several states, actually, that have been experiencing this cold weather, including Wisconsin and Madison. Let's go to Dana for the latest on what's happening. Those postal carriers will be happy to not be out in it, Dana.
Very happy. I think a lot of folks are really excited to hear that a lot of offices are closing. A lot of businesses are closing, of course, school closings, and that's not to give everyone a day off. It's to keep everybody safe. If we can keep folks off the road, we can keep them safe inside and better chance of keeping everybody warm. We have a wind chill warning in effect for all of southern Wisconsin as our temperatures and those wind chills are going to drop to very dangerous levels for early Wednesday morning and early Thursday morning. Of course, just jogging out to your car, you may keep bundled up and keep warm, but we don't want anybody to maybe break down on the side of the road, or maybe your car can't handle the cold. So again, very much so behind those cancelings that have been happening all day long. Our Doppler track is calm right now, not expecting any snowfall for us tomorrow. We're just, again, experiencing the very cold air moving in for us. High pressure just off to the northwest is going to slowly drop and sink southeast. Before it gets southeast of us, though, we're going to deal with very strong westerly flow, cold air moving in for all of Minnesota, much of Iowa, northern Illinois, and all of Wisconsin. We won't see a warming trend in our temperatures until that high pressure drops southeast of us, and then we see the wind direction shift. That warmer air comes in, and we are in for quite a swing in the other direction for your weekend. Maybe talking about temperatures close to 40 degrees. Wind chills tomorrow morning will be anywhere from 30 to 50 degrees below zero. Some areas may see up to 60 degrees below zero. So a dangerously cold start to the day. In the afternoon, still frigid outside again throughout the northern Midwest. By Thursday morning, we're sitting in the same boat, but notice over towards Iowa and central Iowa, starting to see a trend towards a little improvement in their wind chills in the morning. And that trend is going to drift towards us as well as that high pressure sinks southeast. So by Friday morning, we're not talking about dangerously cold wind chills, just a cold start to the day for us. Overall, this alert day is because of how dangerous it's going to be outside. You don't want to have any exposed skin tomorrow morning, and certainly limit the amount of time that you need to be outside. We have an alert day for tonight through the rest of the evening, Wednesday and Thursday. Those wind chills, again, well below zero. Temperatures staying below zero all day long as well. And once you start to cross into that 50 to 60 degrees below zero for our wind chill, we're moving into territory that can become frostbite and dangerous very quickly for any sort of exposed skin. By Wednesday morning, we're down to, again, 54 degrees below zero for Madison and in Janesville, and it can take just 5 minutes for exposed skin to start to see the effects of the cold air in place, and it becomes a frostbite concern. By Thursday morning, we're down at the bottom again, but notice throughout the day on Thursday, our wind chills are going to slowly rise, and then we'll start to slowly see that trend continue into Friday morning. Future track is actually staying pretty calm for us. The focus is still the cold air. By Wednesday afternoon, high temperatures will barely be close to 14 degrees below zero. The record low for tomorrow is 1 degree below zero, and we are certainly not going to get up to that. Looking ahead to Thursday, another frigid start to the day with our temps. Our wind direction, though, starting to shift for us. By Thursday night, there's a slight chance for some flurries, and then by Friday, we are expecting temperatures to improve greatly. Same goes for this weekend. Saturday and Sunday will be in a much better position. Overnight tonight, 26 degrees below zero. Our temperature for us, and then by tomorrow morning, expecting that high of 14 below zero. It's going to be windy outside with wind speeds anywhere from 15 to 25 miles per hour and gusts up to 30 miles per hour possible. It's just dangerously cold. Again, if you can limit your time outside, I certainly recommend it. As we look ahead to Friday, that temperature trend starts to move in a better direction for us. We get that southerly flow, and we start to see our temperatures balance out just a little bit. We have flurries moving in late Thursday. They'll be ending early in the morning on Friday. Friday's highs will be close to 13 degrees. For Saturday and Sunday, plan on temperatures close to 40, a very big shift in a different direction. But we'll start to have some freezing concerns for us with the moisture coming in through the weekend and for Monday, as our overnight lows will be close to freezing. By next week, temperatures will become much more moderate, closer to average for us. So we're going in one direction and then finally balancing out for the middle of next week.
It's going to be crazy, I'm going to say, tomorrow.
Yeah. Yes.
It really is going to be a story of like what is open.
What is open?
What
I think that
is
list
open?
is much shorter than the items that are places that are closed right now. And I would recommend to everyone, if they can stay home, definitely stay home.
All right, Dana, thank you. Badger men's basketball team with an up and down night of sorts in Nebraska. We'll have the highlights coming up in sports.
Nebraska joined the Big Ten in 2011, and the Badger men's basketball team had played in Lincoln 4 times since then with only a 2-2 record. Tonight, the Badgers and Huskers meet at Pinnacle Bank Arena, and the Badgers had a great stretch in the first half where they outscored Nebraska 16-1. Ethan Happ to Khalil Iverson looked like it would be smooth sailing, but in the second half, Thomas Allen hits the 3, and the Cornhuskers tie the game at 40. But then the Badgers take over in the final 9 minutes. Brad Davison does a lot of it himself. He scored 10 straight at one point. Badgers have now won 4 in a row. Final score, Wisconsin 62, Nebraska 51. How do the Badgers keep this winning thing going?
I think a complete 40 minutes. I think that's the biggest thing. You know, you start early, we played real well, then we kind of went on a spurt where we let them back into the game. And I think once we get up, we need to learn to step on their throat and play a complete 40.
Davison led 3 Badgers in double figures. Nate Reavers had 10. Happ had 10 points and 9 rebounds. Badgers now 7-3 in the Big Ten. Wisconsin back home for its next game Friday night when Maryland's at the Kohl Center for an 8 o'clock tip. Speaking of those Terrapins, they're home to Northwestern tonight, and it's no contest. Jalen Smith ends up with a dunk here. Bruno Fernando had 22 points, 10 rebounds. Final score, Maryland 70, Northwestern 52. NBA, the Bucks' 5-game road trip continues at Detroit tonight. Who doesn't love a good Pat Connaughton highlight? He had 16 tonight. Giannis went for 21 points and 11 rebounds. First time the Bucks have ever swept Detroit in the season series 4 straight. Final score, Bucks 115, Pistons 105. Nothing like the warm glow of talking baseball on a cold night like this. The 38th annual Dugout Club banquet was at the Marriott West tonight, and they were talking Brewers baseball. Farm director Tom Flanagan on hand to talk about the future of the Brewers, and catcher Jacob Nottingham signed autographs for fans and told us he's ready to get to work.
I'm just going to go get ready to compete, just work with the guys down there and just do everything I can to get better, and everything else will take care of itself.
If history's any indication, which it usually is, we're going to need 55 or so players to impact the big league club. So there'll be guys not even in big league camp really this year that end up touching that big league team and helping those guys make their push. So I think everybody at AAA to even to some guys at AA have to be ready.
The Prep Mania Game of the Week scheduled for Thursday night has been postponed already. Verona at Sun Prairie girls basketball won't play Thursday because of the cold weather, so that makes our next webcast a week from tonight when Monroe visits Monona Grove in girls basketball. Monroe is ranked 2nd in the state and 10th in the state in Division II. MG is ranked 2nd. That's a week from tonight, live 7:15 on channel3000.com. It was a bad day for the weather forecasters at the Super Bowl in Atlanta. Schools in Atlanta were closed in anticipation of up to 2 inches of snow, which certainly would have paralyzed the city, but it hardly snowed at all, and a winter weather advisory was canceled. Some are calling it a fake snow day. Super Bowl on Channel 3 Sunday. The Rams and Patriots from Atlanta. Kickoff scheduled for 5:30 p.m. Central Time. You can see it all right here on CBS and Channel 3. And we'll be right back.
It is really cold out now, and we're not even where we are supposed to be.
No, it's going to get much worse from here. Falling temperatures all night. We will be close to -26 to start off the day, and afternoon highs will barely get to -14 for your Wednesday. That's why that alert day is in effect. We have a wind chill warning until noon on Thursday. Conditions will start to improve for us late in the day on Thursday, but it is going to be very, very cold early in the morning. Temps dropping closer to 30 degrees below zero to start off the day on Thursday. And those are just our temperatures. Our wind chills anywhere from 30 to 60 degrees below zero for both Wednesday and Thursday morning. Dangerously cold outside. Would limit outside time as much as possible. Heading into this weekend, notice it becomes much more comfortable. We're close to 40 degrees in an entirely different direction than the last few days. And we are talking about some rain and snow showers coming in for the weekend. So very, very cold for us for tonight.
All right, Dana, thank you. Be safe out there, folks. Thanks for joining us.
Do something good and stay warm.
Making plans that are weather dependent? Get an accurate 12-hour, even a 10-day forecast. Download the Channel 3000 First Alert Weather app and start planning.